Welcome to the Zeeyu educational series. To help us learn more about the Zeeyu advocacy on health and wellness, we would like to introduce to you Dr. Homer Lim, the Chief Scientific Officer of Zeeyu.
Hi, I'm Dr. Homer Lim, the Chief Scientific Officer of Zeeyu. Our goal here at Zeeyu is to help achieve your dreams by helping others. One of the most impactful ways to help our family and friends is by educating them how to improve their health. Here at Zeeyu, our commitment is to offer innovative natural health products, and these products can help address some of the more common health issues we are all encountering today. So let's get started. Sleep. What we didn't want as a child, yet yearn as an adult. So why do we sleep? We really need sleep because this is the only time that the brain and all the organs of the body starts to repair and remove toxins. Okay, especially the brain, it produces a lot of chemicals during your waking hours, and it's only during the time when you're sleeping that the brain slows down and tries to remove the toxins out of its system. Okay, so how much sleep do we need? Okay, the average number of hours is actually 8. However, some people require more hours, some people less. But remember that it's not means that you need to exactly sleep 8 hours a day. Okay, now because of the hours of sleep that we spend per day, we actually spend 26 years of sleep. Okay, if you would average that for a person to be alive for 70 years, so that's almost a third of your lifetime spent on sleeping. But yet, we spend or we waste 7 hours or 7 years just trying to get enough sleep. Okay, now in the 1940s, the average sleep was 8 hours. However, today, because of our lifestyle, the number of hours now is down to 6.8. Okay, so what if you don't sleep? What would happen if you don't sleep? Okay, so we do know from research, scientific studies from as early as the 1970s, 1980s, people who have not slept enough, okay, on a long-term basis would have an increased risk of death, hypertension, heart disease, diabetes, and weight gain. So a lot of people are not aware of this. If you're sleep deprived, you're actually at a risk of not just hypertension and heart disease, you're actually at a higher risk of death. Okay, now another important issues in people who are deprived of sleep is you're more likely to develop depression, anxiety, and of course you will have a poor memory as well as poor concentration. It's really very important to get enough sleep if you really want to function at the top of your level. Okay, and doctors, even doctors who have because of the way they work. Okay, those doctors who are sleep deprived are actually uh, linked to medical errors. Okay, and these medical errors due to this sleep deprivation actually cause over 100,000 of death per year. Okay, so how do we improve sleep? Okay, the best way really to sleep better is try to sleep with no lights on. Okay, now in some people who do not want to sleep completely in the dark, what you can do is you can put an eye cover, to cover your eyes, from the light. Okay, so because this helps the brain produce more of the chemical what we call melatonin, which we will discuss later. Okay, now another way to improve our sleep is really to relax the brain, and one of the things that really contributes to a lot of sleep deprivation is because of these electronic devices, our laptops, our cell phones, television, and these kind of keep us awake at night. And of course, if we eat late at night, there's a possibility that you will be having a hard time sleeping. Okay, and for those who are sensitive to caffeine or coffee or those caffeinated drinks, try to avoid them beyond 3 p.m. Okay, another way of sleeping would be to take a warm or hot shower. Some people help with a bit of milk. Some people like milk because milk do contain a bit of melatonin. Of course, we will discuss supplements, how to sleep better. Top supplements, of course, that's melatonin, because melatonin is your primary hormone for helping you go to sleep. Okay, and this hormone is actually produced in your brain, which would part of the brain called the pineal gland. So pineal gland is the one that produces melatonin, and sadly, as we age, okay, our production of melatonin actually declines to a point wherein at the age of 40, your melatonin production is already declined by 60%. Okay, so more importantly, aside from melatonin helping you sleep, okay, it's an anti-inflammatory substance, especially for your brain. So if your brain does not produce enough melatonin, it actually puts a lot of stress in the brain, because brain also becomes stressed, highly stressed, especially if you're sleep deprived, and melatonin actually helps to decrease inflammation. Okay, melatonin has also been found to be a very important immune modulator. Okay, so when we say immune modulator, they help your immune system by adjusting itself not to be overactive, at the same time not to be underactive. So actually melatonin is a very important part of your immune system. And of course, lastly, melatonin, because of its anti-inflammatory effect, it is a brain protector. Okay, so what are things you could see? We have pictures of the pistachios and almonds, which contains high amounts of melatonin. So that's why some people like to take some pistachios and almonds at night, because it does contain a bit of melatonin and helps you sleep. Okay, next is magnesium. Magnesium has several forms. It could be magnesium oxide, magnesium sulfate. There's what we call magnesium threonate and magnesium glycinate. The last two that we mentioned are the ones that actually helps in calming the brain, because magnesium in the form of glycinate, okay, helped improve the quality of sleep in the elderly. There's a very good trial on that. Magnesium also helps increases GABA. So GABA is actually a neurotransmitter, and it actually helps the brain relaxes. So together with melatonin, magnesium, okay, in the form of glycinate, actually helps relaxes your brain. Okay, magnesium also helps in reducing anxiety and stress. And you could see there pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds contains one of the highest amounts of magnesium on gram per gram basis. And of course, some of people may not be aware, no? L-theanine is actually a very, very good antioxidant. This is found in green tea. It helps not just in sleep, but actually helps stress and anxiety, and really helps focus, especially among children who have a hard time focusing on their work, their homeworks. That theanine is a very, very good antioxidant for that. So in summary, okay, sleep is an integral part of your health. Sleep deprivation is a very significant factor for disease, not just for your mental health, because as I said earlier, if you do not sleep well, your risk of death, heart disease, hypertension, diabetes becomes higher. Okay, good sleep is not just adequate sleep, it should be a deep sleep, okay, that ideally with some dreams, because that really helps re-energizes our system. Of course, in sleep, if you have a hard time sleeping, you may need to take supplements, and for these I would suggest melatonin, theanine, and magnesium. So this is Dr. Homer Lim. Thank you for listening. I'll see you again.
Zeeyu introduces a patented herbal formulation for sleep, Calmzee. Calmzee contains a proprietary blend of melatonin, l-theanine, and magnesium glycinate. Do you sleep better, relieve anxiety, and improve your focus and concentration? Find out more about Calmzee with our health ambassadors.
These statements has not been evaluated by the Philippine Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.